You think you found the perfect site until the city drops a 5-page list of off-site improvements that you never accounted for. Suddenly you're on the hook for tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars in improvements that you just didn't have the budget for. Ouch. I've seen this story play out time and time again, and it rarely ends the way a developer wants it to. So how do you prepare yourself for off-site improvements? Let's talk about it in today's episode of Just One More Site. So what exactly is an off-site improvement? Why does it exist? And why is it your responsibility to improve something that doesn't even exist on your site? First off, what are off-site improvements? Simple. They're fixes the city wants to complete off your property. Think road widening, turn lanes, utility extensions, fire hydrants, sidewalks, ADA upgrades, sewer fixes, stormwater upgrades, or even adding road lighting. Cities require these for safety, traffic management, accessibility, and to bring aging infrastructure up to today's standards. It may seem unfair, and often it is pretty unfair. You didn't break it, and you weren't the one who miscalculated what 80s infrastructure could support, but you're the one who has to fix it. And if you're not ready for that reality early, your projected ROI can get away from you fast. I recently had a client with less than 150 feet of frontage in an infill lot who will be responsible for installing nearly 700 feet of sidewalk and street lighting to bring the rest of the development up to the 2023 code. It's not fair, but it's a requirement for whoever wants to develop that lot, and if you don't, someone else will. So how do off-site improvements derail your project? Well, they trigger a lot of engineering and design and coordination that you may not have planned for. And then you have to go into review with the city, with public works or utilities or their engineers or planners. And as we all know, these cities are so backed up and nothing really moves fast when you have to go through a review period like this. In fact, a lot of times your construction schedule can advance until these reviews are done, which means delays in your conditional use permit, your building permit, and even getting your project out to bid. And of course, the surprise price tag. Off-site improvements can jump into 6-figure ranges quickly, which is enough to flip a healthy pro forma upside down. All of this creates a domino effect where even a small request can stall the entire project. We have a client that kicked off a project with us in spring of 2024 that is still waiting for a new deceleration lane and new traffic lights to be completed so he can submit for building permit and get started on his own project. Fortunately, the landlord is footing the bill, but he's still stuck in limbo waiting for off-site improvements outside of his control. Here's the key to getting ahead of off-site surprises. It comes down to planning and research. At Hover, we recommend that every developer start with a conceptual site plan, followed by a pre-app meeting with the local jurisdiction. Sitting down with the right city departments before kicking off a project almost always uncovers potential issues like deceleration lanes, utility relocations, or stormwater upgrades before they turn into costly delays later. Then there's what a smart developer brings to the table. Early recon work like GIS checks, utility research, traffic counts, and reviewing existing infrastructure helps set realistic expectations. Some developers even plan for the unplanned by including a provisional offsite allowance in their original budget. So much as a rough placeholder can make the difference between a project that keeps moving and a project that dies on the spreadsheet. Plus, if offsite improvements aren't required, then that just makes your bottom line look even better. Offsite improvements aren't a problem when you spot them early. They only become a problem later on when you don't spot them. And that's why we've developed Hover's development roadmap. It shows you every step between choosing a site and opening your doors, including where offsite improvements usually appear and how to plan for them before they stall your project. If you want clarity on your next site, download the roadmap by submitting the form below or reach out for a walkthrough. It's the simplest way to know your path ahead and make sure your project stays on track. I'm Kyle May, and thanks for watching Just One More Site. Let's talk about It's Black Friday. Why are there so many people on this road?